is not working. Or you try both of them. That also helps you guys. Okay. Now we created this packages. So then we need to create a a base class. We need to create a base class. Go to our GitHub. Just you need to copy the entire reusable, all the reusable code. We are not going to write anything. So only test cases will write. So the reusable code is this one: factory, listeners, utils. These three modules are reusable things. You don't need to write anything here. So you can just only our work starts here only in these two packages, pages and test cases. In these areas only, you will get your work. So in the factory, we have two classes: test-based class, WebDriver factory class. First, create a test-based class. Okay, open. So, and if you have a GitHub, I'm going to share this. You can open this in your browser.
Class.
Yours? There's no name. There's no name.
Right click on the package, create a class. So test base. So test base.
Yeah.
So then you go to this one and see this copy file. And paste it here. That's it. So because these are all failing because we don't have these packages, these classes, we're going to create those classes. You don't need to worry about that. We're going to create these classes one by one. So be patient for few minutes. So we're going to have all of them. Then, so we are going to have WebDriver factory class. Just right click. You can see create a class. So create a class WebDriver factory in the same package. So click on finish. So then go here and get the WebDriver factory class also here. So copy this entire thing and Control A, Control V. So done. So there are still errors are there. We'll solve. You can see errors here one by one. Constant, first constant class is not there. Let's go and create a constant class. So create a class constants in package com.care.opencard.utils. So create a constant class under this utils package. So then go here. See this error is resolved. Next go here. So these constants are missing from constant file. So these we need to declare. So let's go to here under utils, expand this constants and copy paste this entire thing. So go to constants. So paste it. So that's all. So you don't need to change anything here. So this is another thing. So now almost see most of the errors are cleared out. So now in the test base, we need to resolve these because pages, we need to create a page class. So I'll explain, don't worry, each and every class I'll explain. So create a forget class, forget password class. Under pages class, under pages package, we are creating this forget password page class. Next, same way, home page, create a home page class. Same way, do all the classes, login page. See, all these are a pages class. Each page, one page class. See how I am separating the pages and test cases are different. So every page class ends with a page keyword. So that's an indication it's a page class. My account page. So this one, and then registration page. So this one, and results page. So these are all the classes we created. And now you are ready. So this class is ready. Test base class is ready. See, no more errors at all. So what we did, first go to factory package. So test base class, WebDriver factory class you create, and then respective classes in utils constants class we need, create that also. Under then test base class we need lot of base classes we declared. Those base classes also you create them. So these are all base classes, you create them. So this is the first package. So in a framework development. So next we need to build utils. Let's build the utils because utilities are very important. See, under utils you have Excel utils, JavaScript utils, time utils, WebDriver utils. So let's go and create one by one. Excel utils. I'll create Excel utils. So this Excel utils class is used to create the Excel related methods. So you want to read the data, so you can create a Excel utils class, and that method you can use those methods in your test cases wherever you want to read the data from Excel sheets, write the data to Excel sheets. So copy and paste it here. Done. See, no more errors here. So same way, next one, JavaScript utils. So you already know JavaScript utils is mainly used for JavaScript related code. If you want to execute, you can get from this JavaScript utils. So basically JavaScript executor we are using again here. So JavaScript executor interface you are using here again. So copy this and paste it here. JavaScript executor. So next we have time utils. Basically all the time related. So small way to medium way to large way to. If you want to wait, you can use this time utils. So copy this time utils also and paste it here. Then last one, WebDriver utils. So under WebDriver utils, create a new class. And copy this. So these are fixed code. That's why we are just doing that. Then once this utils package is done, all the classes, now we need to go to listeners. So let's go to listeners next. So we have 3 classes. We need to create 3 classes. So first one is extent manager class. So where is our package? Right click, new class. There are spaces are coming, you ignore that spaces. And control A and control V. So that's it. So this is the extent reports purpose. We are using this. Second class, extent report listener. Extent report listener. Control A, control V. So next we have Allure reports. So copy this Allure reports also. Yeah, so we're done. So all the things, but yeah, a few more things we need to do. Under resources, we need a config file, one configuration file, and log4j related file also we need. So go to src test resources, create these resources. So config.properties file and also log4j.xml. So these are the two files you need to create. So let's create a first config.properties. Right click on the package. Sorry, not class. And we have to create a file, guys. File config.properties. Config.properties. So all this just copy paste here. So I think this is not available, but we'll take some other. So website are already available. This is not available. This is done. So fine. So will remove with a different one. Okay, don't worry. So then we have a log4j. So create a log4j, log4j2.xml. So create that file. Right click on src test resources, file, log4j2.xml. So that's it. So these are the some of the all the ready-made. So it is who develops these things. So there will be a senior test engineer or a test architect. So we'll create these modules ready-madely for you. So if you're a junior, you don't need to worry. If you're a senior, maybe you need to develop from the scratch means you need to develop the framework. If you have more experience and you can create that, otherwise you can just follow these steps, you can use that. So let's go and discuss from the beginning. Factory package. So you have to explain. So this is a very important interview question. So what type of framework you are using in your automation? So you have to explain. So I'm using hybrid framework. So which is a combination of TestNG, data-driven framework, page object model design pattern with a Maven, Selenium, Java Selenium with a Maven build tool. This is the first you introduce your tools which are you're using for your framework. So Java is a programming language, Selenium is a functional test tool, and Maven is a build tool. Git and GitHub, Jenkins, you're using all these tools. So, and then you tell to unit testing framework you're using a TestNG or JUnit, which one you're using. And then data-driven framework or keyword-driven framework. So which one you are going to adopt, or BDD framework you are using. Instead of hybrid, you might use BDD framework also. So BDD framework you are using, explain about BDD modules and architecture. So I'm going to give that later. And then we have a page object model design pattern. This is the crucial interview point of view. This you have to read multiple times to remember all those keywords. Otherwise, it is not possible to explain there. And page object model we can should develop or implement in two ways. Yesterday I mentioned that. So one way is plain page object model, and another way is using page factory class. And at that find by annotation you will use to identify the elements, and then you will write a respective methods. So that is this. So hybrid framework, how to explain. And so in the Maven, you tell that Maven form.xml, I'll declare all my dependencies under dependencies tag. And then for logging, we are using a log4j. And then we use a build, so can build section in the form.xml to compile the code and run the test cases. There are two plugins we are going to use. One is Maven compiler plugin and Maven Surefire plugin. So that's how you need to start your framework structure. So you can tell. So we have a Maven project and ready-made structure. You need to explain first. So under SRC test job, we have a factory component, listeners component, pages component, test cases component, utils component, and then under resources, resource files will be there. So under factory component, we have a test base class and WebDriver factory. So where the browser and driver will be initialized. So in this base class and the WebDriver factory class. So then we have under listeners. So all extend report listeners will be implemented. Then pages, each page wise, page classes are created. Under that, all the elements will be stored under that, and the respective methods are created in the pages classes. Then under test cases, we have a test case. Actual test cases will be written there using TestNG framework with the different annotations. So under utils, we have a utility methods, JavaScript utils, and Excel utils, WebDriver utils. These are all the utility methods, utility classes under this utils package. Each class has reusable methods. All reusable methods will be there under this. So this is the whole, and also you have reports folder, logs folder, and so the screenshots folder. The other three folders you can create. So under this, you can create 3 folders. So if you go to constant class, so if you go to constant class, there you have already the logs structure will be there. So see reports. So reports already you are going to create under root package. So root project where pom.xml is there. There you are creating so under roots you can create that. So right click here and create a folder, new folder, reports. So you will get a reports here. So there is one more screenshots will be there. So screenshots, so logs also will be there. So log4j if you go. So this is where your logs are available. So base path automation.log under so log folder. So see under logs. So logs will be there. So create a logs also. Another folder, logs. So then we have a screenshots. So separate screenshots folder also is available. Screenshots. So like this, the complete structure you need to explain and what package contains what. So each package, so what it has, what type of classes it has, and what data, what methods are there in those classes. So that's what you need to explain in detailed package by package. That's what if they ask you, explain about your framework means entire. So how I explained, you explain what is mean by hybrid framework and what are the different tools and you are using. Then what is the structure of your framework, and each component you explain what is there in each component, what are the classes are there, and so in the form.xml what will be there, and so logs, so reports, so and screenshots where you will store, and everything you explain very in detailed. So that's the how to explain a framework structure. So which framework you are using and what is your, can you explain about your framework structure means this is how you need to start. So refer one more time this video before going for interview. So this is the mandatory interview question. Without this, no interview at all. Make sure so you explain in a structured manner. Yeah. So now let's go to first WebDriver. So the factory package, what is there? So I'll before they coming to this test base, I'll explain WebDriver factory class. So this WebDriver factory is all WebDriver related things I'm going to maintain here. So first, see your logs can be declared here. Every class you need to declare like this for logging purpose: private, static, final, logger, log. So log manager dot get logger WebDriver factory dot class get name. So this class you are getting. So this log object you can use. So there are logger different types are there. Log.info, log.debug, log.error. So these are the different types of log messages you can record into the files. So the log related messages will go and store in this automation.log file. So here you can have so different. So you can have info, the log level. So log levels are info, debug, and error. So different kinds you can see. These are the levels. These are the different levels. Trace, debug, info, and fatal, error. So these are the different log levels you can log. And then, so you want to read the data from this resource bundle. From this resource config.properties file, we are going to use a resource bundle class. So this is available in java.util package, and it will read the config.properties file data. So whatever the data you want, it will be read by this resource bundle. I'll show you how to read. So public static string highlight. You can highlight so any element. So that this variable just I declared. And see here, one more good concept I'm going to explain. So that is people are asking in the interview. So did you use any design patterns? What is meant by singleton design pattern? So singleton design pattern means these are the factory design pattern, singleton design pattern. So these are the different design patterns. Page object model design pattern. So these are the different design patterns. If they ask you, you can explain. So what is meant by a singleton design pattern means? So a class is going to have only one instance, and outside you cannot create an object for this class, for a singleton class. So what is meant by singleton class? Singleton class is going to have only one instance, and that instance you can call anywhere. And it won't allow you to create object outside of this class. So for this class, singleton class, you cannot create object outside. How you can stop object creation outside of this class? You have to declare your constructor as a private. So I'm not sure whether I explained in the Java. If you create a private constructor, your object creation will be stopped automatically. You cannot create object outside the class. So that is the how you can create objects for the class. So that is the singleton pattern concepts. Okay. Now, first in the singleton pattern, singleton design pattern implementation, you have to declare this class variable as a private variable, private static final WebDriver factory, WebDriver factory class, and that instance variable. So basically the variable name, variable equal to new WebDriver factory. I'm creating object. See, I made private. So that this variable I can use only in this class, right? If you make private.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
creating object for this class and I'm making private that variable. Then I'm creating a private constructor. This is the singleton design pattern. If you make the constructor as a private, and you cannot create object for this class outside of this class. Then you will create a one get instance method that will get this instance a public. This is the public method, public static, and return the same class type. This class type only you return. This method returns this class type. So the instance type is what type? WebDriver factory type, right? So then return instance. I can use this variable, right, in this method. So I'm returning this instance. This instance type is a WebDriver factory. So this method you will call wherever you want, WebDriver factory instance. You are not going to create object for this class. If you want to use this class methods and anything, so you have to call this method to get the instance of this class. So then private static thread local. Thread local is one Java class, so which is used to supply the for this instance. So this variable will be served. So WebDriver instance, it will be served. So you can use this thread local, and if you want to run parallel execution and if you want to supply the data to that variable, local variable to that only, then you can use this thread local concept. And so you can get the driver. So you need to get the driver. What driver? Is it a Chrome driver? Is it a Edge driver or Firefox driver? What type of driver you want? So that's this method is going to give it to you. So public WebDriver driver, get driver. So string browser. So which browser? So you want to get it. So get it. So RB resource bundle dot get bundle config. So you're reading the config.properties file. So with this single line. So WebDriver driver equal to null, highlight equal to RB dot get strings, because highlight is the property I declared in the config.properties. See highlight. So true I kept. Headless true I kept. Incognito false I kept. So these are some of the properties I have declared here. So you can use these properties. Let's see this URL is working or not. Good. So it is working. This URL is working. We can use that. Okay. So you can use this. This is the website we are going to use. So this is the website we are going to use, and I can use this one. So I onboarded in one of the server, but so that is I didn't use many days. That's why it so automatically they deleted. Our free web host, I deployed this e-commerce website for our testing purpose, but that was not working. Now, so you can use this one. So I'll give it to you this. You can replace this. So let me give this. Just replace your app URL, application URL with this. So that is the one I'm reading that. So highlight property. If TL driver dot get so equal to null, try if browser dot equals ignore case Firefox, and I'm calling all the Firefox options. Firefox options, TL driver dot set driver. So I'm setting the driver. So else if so driver equal to new Firefox driver. See that I'm setting the Firefox options for this. So this is the one. Else if so browser dot equals ignore case constant Chrome. If it is a Chrome, your browser is a Chrome, and so driver equal to new Chrome driver. Chrome options. TL driver dot set this driver. Else if IE and IE, so you can set the IE driver. Else if edge driver, you can set it up. So else if, so if it is a headless, you can put headless mode, you can run this. And else if it is a incognito mode, you can run the Chrome browser in the incognito mode. Else if Chrome options, I am making the default browser is a Chrome driver options. And then, so get driver dot manage method dot delete all cookies. So this is the get driver, and TL driver dot get, I'm getting that, and I'm consuming that. This get driver dot manage method dot delete cookies. And then add implicit wait, add explicit, maximize the browser. So this is a return get driver. So this is the total we have done already in the test engine, but this one you are putting everything in one place so that you don't need to write every class. You're writing only one place to get the browser, which browser you want to run. So by just calling this method, you can run your browser, which browser you want to kickstart. So then we have,
One doubt, Ramesh.
Yeah.
I got one question in interview. They asked how you will maintain your login details or URL or browser details in a framework level. Say, for example, if I want to call each and every retain the URL for each and every test case, it might be required for like that. How you will manage that? They asked me a question.
No, you can see this, you can maintain your login details here, the config.properties file.
Yes.
So you can call only one time, and this resource.bundle, right? You can call that directly. You can call with that rb dot get string of this. Just give this username. Automatically, whatever the value is there, that value will get there. Okay, that's how you will maintain in the config.properties file.
Yeah, under config.properties file, we will maintain the URLs and login credentials.
URL, so your username, passwords, global properties.
Yes,
You can maintain even your browser value also you can give it here. So this is what I'm maintaining. So which browser I want to run. So based on for this method, if you supply the browser, automatically that browser you will get it. And then you can quit the driver. Quit means you are closing the driver. And then set Chrome options. If you want to disable all the info bars and create a Chrome options class object, and then options start add arguments, disable info bars, and set accept